following up on my discovery, not my discovery, but my confirmation that, in fact, Alex Jones is, like, either willingly or unwillingly part of the system. He is basically now, he made his whole show today about a big piece of disinfo, which was talking about James Holmes trying to kill himself. Now, no one knows this, but the original reason for this piece of disinfo was to push the hearing back. The hearing was set. There was a bunch of Benghazi stuff happening. Obviously, this is a top-down conspiracy, so what do they need to do? They need to push it back. Anyway, so, yeah, I find out that Jones is, in fact, COINTELPRO through Sherry Lee when she finds out that Jones is hiring Stratfor people. There's definitely a connection between him and Stratfor. I don't know whether he wants to do it. I don't think so. I don't think anyone would want to do it. But anyway, so Mark Dice, who apparently is at odds with Jones, who has blocked me because, I've, basically kind of like called him out and proven him wrong a couple times, because he's all about disproving the Aurora conspiracy. We're trying to tip him off and say, dude, look, your whole rival with Jones is now vindicated. In fact, I'm even feeling bad for liking Jones. And, but to be honest with you, I mean, Jones is he's a co-opter. His thing is co-opting. But anyway, it's like, dude, look at this. He's Stratfor confirmed. Has Mark Dice jumped on that? No. So what is this? This is like an alley-oop operation where Mark Dice steps in. Mark Dice or Jones, covers this piece of disinfo that's coming out of Aurora, and then Mark Dice steps in and says, "Oh, it's a bunch of bullshit, haha." So Jones is tanking. Mark Dice is trying to take off and be the new Jones, basically, who's going to be sitting there and debunking shit and stuff like that. And it's just, and then Paul Joseph Watson, nothing ever sat well with me with Paul Joseph Watson on the basis that Jones is always talking up Paul Joseph Watson, and it was about certain things that I felt like were disinfo. And so Paul Joseph Watson apparently is I haven't even seen the piece yet. I'm going to end up watching it. Was the one who was apparently covering it the whole time. And you know what? Like, apparently a friend of mine through all of this is close to Paul Joseph Watson. And if he were really covering it this whole time, do you know how many bombshell things have come out through the work of the conspiracy theorists, namely the gas cans in 8? That's huge. Gas cans being thrown into 8. You've got the James Holmes being wheelchaired into jail, and then that being scrubbed from the news. That's still not, where was Infowars then? You have the object which is sitting next to the knife, and then the masks being photoshopped in. I don't know. There's probably some other things that are just like knockout proof that there's a conspiracy here. So especially the gas cans in 8. Is that going to get any coverage? No. And this is just a simple fact of the matter that we have a COINTELPRO operation. The people who are the figureheads are the ones that are putting the cap on it. And so they went with this disinfo piece, even though there was a similar one that came out and it was disproven. And so Mark Dice jumps in and runs his thing. So if Mark Dice doesn't come out and say something like Jones is working for Stratfor, like really soon, like on his Fridays or whatever, then we got an issue with Mark Dice. Well, we definitely have an issue with Infowars in general.